Alrighty, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Hey everyone, hope you guys are all having a good day. Loki saying hello as he chomps down on a toy or something like that. But it's been a good day here. We made some money, times are good. We're going to be talking about all that type of stuff, and then I'm going to tell you guys what I might be doing here for consensus coming up, and just some of the other stuff going on here in the news, because it's definitely been just a very good week overall. Finally, since we had some good CPI data, everybody's more excited. Everybody's getting a little more lively. And now we're seeing Bitcoin try to make that push up towards $70,000 here. So I think, again, everything just seems to be falling in place. We're not there yet for like an all-time high type of move, but I'm still optimistic of what's going on. And hey, Mr. Fiaz, happy to see you. Zazaria, Abdallah, Umbrella, 88 Chrome Dome. There you go. Cheers, cheers, cheers. I actually got something to drink today with you guys too, so that'll be interesting. I also got a cigar here, so it'll be a nice chill night. We're going to be doing this for maybe 1 to 2 hours, and then I'm going to have to go take a shower before I go out myself tonight. But it should be a good one. I've been looking at a lot of tokens out there. I'm looking at a lot of stuff still moving higher. Money's kind of flowing in, and some of that day trade that we did yesterday, it ended up making a good amount of profit. So, let's see how today goes. So let me hop right in here. Normally I would have that little 5-minute screen and some music playing, but for today that music is messing up, so I thought I would actually just go straight to the stream, make the life a little bit easier for everybody here. And so here's kind of the gist of what's going on with Bitcoin at this point in time. Let me do one thing very fast, and let's see. Move that around. There we go. All right. Sorry, rechanging that up right here. And hey, Lionart, happy to see you guys back here. And hey, DexMex Crypto. What do you call it? YouTube is funny. It'll fix itself over time. I don't know why. YouTube is not the best place for me to get lots of viewers in a short amount of time. Usually it takes a while for people to even realize I'm live, but I don't know how YouTube does it. So again, it's just one of those things where eventually people come in, but there are times where everybody's just kind of ready to go. Again, I have no idea, no control over how YouTube does it. As far as I know, YouTube is not the biggest fan of my channel because I discuss crypto. I can get pretty political sometimes, and I smoke cigars sometimes. So that a lot of that stuff probably doesn't make YouTube love me as much as it could. And hey, I'm happy to see my man. Crypto looks good into the weekend. Yes, it does. So let's talk about that very fast. I know yesterday we were just talking about how I was making a trade off of the 50-day moving average, hoping for the bounce to take us higher. And what do you know? We did end up coming back above that level of resistance. We didn't close above it, but we did manage to break it, which is a good thing to see. That means it should be easier to get back up here towards $69,000, $70,000 going into this weekend. Again, I'm not entirely convinced that we actually do have this breakout here where we start going higher and higher and higher up here towards 77, 78, 79. I don't know if that's going to happen soon, but I do think whatever little rally that we've had so far over the last couple weeks, I think we can extend it by just maybe 1 or 2 more days going into the weekend here, and then we're going to have to wait and see, do we have a breakout or do we not? That breakout is going to be very, very, very important for us. If we're hovering around here for too long, we could easily get smacked back down. It could always be something of a longer term trend line. I know I've showed this to you guys a few times here, but that's the support level right now as far as that trend line is concerned. We could always go up, get smacked back down, curl, then try to bounce off of this support level, currently to resistance, but if we break it, it'll be a support level, and then try to make a move up. That would happen sometime towards the end of the month. I'm optimistic that we could see something like that happening, but it's definitely going to be, we're going to have to hope a little bit there. I really want to see that move occur. Let's put that back off as well. All right. But as far as looking at for today, remember, we have that change of character that's bullish on the daily chart. On the 4-hour chart, we have a change of character right there that just took off. We also have a small one right there. This is more of a swing. This is more of a intraday. Sorry, making sure I'm not going over Loki's legs. Here you go, Loki. Come on. There you go. There you go. He's having a good day. All right. That breakout's still falling along right now. Again, we still have that level of resistance we're dealing with, but things overall are in a really good spot, everybody. Not not much has changed like I've been saying before, but what I think has been making some good money here is altcoins. And I cannot stress how many times I've been saying, I like Bitcoin, I may day trade Bitcoin, but I know I really want to trade altcoins. Altcoins have been absolutely booming over the last few hours, last couple days, and that's where I've been making the majority of my money. I told you guys I bought into Fetch AI yesterday, and it did have the breakout, did have the pop up here, and it was nice. I'm out of the position now because I didn't expect it to break out above that level of resistance, but excuse me, I think if I go to my main channel, it should be there somewhere. Community. Yeah, so I made like 46% back on the trade for just holding for about like 12 hours or so. So I was pretty happy with that. But we opened this up at I think this was around midnight, maybe 1 o'clock or something like that. So it was a late night trade. However, a cool 46% for holding for like 12 hours. I'm all for that. I ended up walking away with like $500 something. So that it was a pretty good move. I'm looking for another opportunity today, and if I find one, I will let you guys know. The breakout is still happening with the AI tokens, don't get me wrong, but I really was just doing a lot of day trading. You go over here to Fetch AI, you look at the daily chart, see that 50-day moving average? That's been a pain in the ass for a while. On top of that, you have this working right here. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it today, but I'm thinking of adding another trade here pretty soon, and I'll let you guys know if I do make that move. It'll have a smaller stop loss though, or excuse me, a generous stop loss. Now, as far as everything else is concerned, we've still been looking for Ethereum to make something of a larger move. Actually, it looks like it did. Yeah, it finally broke above the 20-day moving average. Let's go over here to the 4-hour. There's that secondary surge. Yeah, this happened early in the morning. Last time we checked it out was over here. It's still moving up. Looks like everything is changing momentum again. And it looks like Ethereum may be heading back up here towards $3,100 or $3,200. $3,200 looks like. Solana, we already talked about that moving up, and it already moves. So that's nice to see. But most tokens are up against levels of resistance right now, which means one of two things is going to be happening this weekend. Either all of these tokens are going to be getting rejected, having really bad weekends, or they're all going to break out and have wonderful 20 to 30% plus weekends here. So that's kind of the mood I'm in. I'm watching closely. I'm waiting for Bitcoin just to try to take one more leg up, and I think altcoins will continue to gain the momentum because if I go back over here a little bit, most tokens from a smart money perspective, they really haven't gotten back into that bullish type of mood here. And we're waiting for some of those reversals to happen. Like for Dogecoin to be breaking back above like 17 cents. Solana, it already went back a while ago. It's been nice little rally. Ethereum, the heck is going on here? Oh, do I have like 1,000 order blocks on this or something? Yeah, let's go like 2, 1. Or let's just take off the order blocks. Yeah, that works better. You can see we're almost here for Ethereum, but it still has a little bit of a way to go. It has to start breaking back above 3,200. Solana, like we just talked about, whiff over here. It's been doing a little bit better, but again, it's back into that kind of bullish mindset. Got a few different things. Bonk isn't back to normal. Mirror is just turning back to normal today, which is kind of nice to see. But again, there's a lot of shakiness here across the market. So as we see all of these altcoins really start to hit these levels of resistances and see if they're going to break out or not, just be prepared. Like, hey, day trades will let you get in and out sooner than later. If you must swing trade, if you really feel like it's going to be like a golden weekend where you can hold for maybe up until Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that, just make sure you have a stop loss and you guys will be fine. Don't overdo the leverage, and I think it'll be okay. Even if things don't go your way, right now momentum at least will give you an opportunity to scale out and lock in some type of profit, I would assume, over the next couple of days. And that should be enough to really balance out the equation if for whatever reason the swing trade does end up getting rejected, even down the road up here around $70,000. So I'm kind of happy with this. And hey, Dairy Max, yeah, what do you call? I don't know. YouTube has never liked my channel all too much. I've known that for a long time. I think it started a long time ago when I was doing Dogecoin. And if you guys recall, like every now and again, I don't want to explain this. YouTube is very, very nice. I like YouTube. I like streaming on it. But there are certain problems that they don't deal with because they don't happen as much usually. So like if you guys recall, like years ago, my channel was terminated. And it was put back on because they realized they made a mistake about it. Well, just being terminated and like having that go through that process, it messes with the algorithm shares with the audience going forward. So I honestly contemplated starting a new channel back in the day, but it was just too difficult to even try to start one up just because of everything going on in the marketplace. Back then it was, very, very volatile times. I was just like, I'll continue going on with it. Then we hit the bear market, and I was like, there's no way I'm starting a crypto channel, a bear market. It's just shit. So I ended up staying with this one. But I know the algorithm is not a fan of my channel that much. And also it is crypto, so crypto's kind of funky. But I think overall it's still worth it to be on YouTube, to be frank. I'm hoping that in the future I'll do more multicasting, so maybe I'll be on Kick and Twitch and stuff at the same time, and YouTube. I think that'd be a lot more fun. And eventually, maybe in the next few years, I do a lot more of my streaming on Kick and Twitch, and maybe just do more videos on YouTube for the algorithm and see how that works out. I'm still debating it, but it's like years out, once I move and leave the country type stuff. And hey, Casper, bro, I'm 43-0, scalping Bitcoin at 200x leverage. It's hard to believe that it's like my 5x, my longest streak ever. I'm mastering mitigation. Don't use these stops with 200 leverage. What do you call? No. With 200x leverage, you're just in and out type stuff. Yeah, you're definitely not doing the stop losses for that type of thing. I'm talking more about swing trades. And hey, bro, I appreciate that. My dog is pretty chill. Here, you guys can see Loki very fast. Loki. He's waiting. There you go. What? Want some? Okay, yeah. Yeah. He's only ever up just to say hello, though. Then he has to chew. He doesn't like chewing too much standing up, though. But never understood why. We need a Loki meme. I'll try to put up a Loki meme I'll make through AI or something like that. And I know I could add custom emojis to YouTube, so that might be kind of fun to try out. Now, is anything actually going off today besides this? Actually, we haven't had the new day yet. Let's go over here to the 15-minute chart and let's just go down the list very fast. So Bitcoin's still doing okay. Ethereum, okay. Solana. A lot of this is from last night, right? Bonk, whiff. Baby Doge. Baby Doge just had a small move. Whoa. Miro. Sheeb. Pepe. Floki. I'm just trying to see if anything's had a move recently, and most of this moves like what? That's 8:45 in the morning. That's hours ago. AXS has recently started to churn. That's nice. BNB still slugging. XRP still doing nothing. Well, here, XRP, what is this doing? Wow. So we're choosing option 2 of 3. So it looks like XRP may break out later on today, so that could be a good move. That could really start pushing it back up here towards 56 cents. That could be actually very interesting. 554 for AVAX. Comp is still moving higher. Crow's still doing okay. Anything else really I'm looking for? UFO tokens moving right now, just a tad. It's a very low market cap token. INJ, Pendle, NMR. You know what I need to do? I need to, damn, and it still ended up falling today. Jesus, I was hoping GameStop would have a return, but this thing just got taken out in pre-market. What I want to do is add on a couple of the tokens I've been following with you guys for a minute. Popcat. Maybe with Mexi, and then the other one was going to be Turbo. These are a couple tokens I've been buying into over the last few months, and they've been giving me, I guess, okay results. Popcat still coming down a little bit. Overall, I bought Popcat like down here or something, so it's still pretty nice, but it's definitely looking like it wants to break down soon. Oh, Turbo's up a lot today too. Oh, Turbo may hit all-time highs here. Yeah, this is close to making another run-up. This is back in May of 2023, so this is a newer token for sure. Not around in the last bull market or bear market. I'm going to have to keep track of that one. Most of my positions right now are still in the red, but you're starting to see more and more green pop out, which has been very good news. We're down about $700 right now, so if Bitcoin does break out, I think a lot of this stuff can turn positive as we go towards that next move. I might need to add some more funds to there to double down even more, though. Okay, let's go back over to the 15-minute chart. See Bitcoin there. There you go. And I mean, Bitcoin's breaking out of this trend line right here. Oh, I guess the way they have this is a little bit too high. Still, there you are. And hey, Francisco and Saul, happy to see you guys. Oh, let's see. Give Loki a girlfriend? No, he'll get a girlfriend eventually. I'm just not entirely sure how to go about it because I don't want them having litters every freaking year. And you know they will do that. And hey, Josh. Yeah, we looked at Dogecoin for a hot minute here. Basically, it's not doing anything crazy. Still consolidating. You can see that trend line right there. And it's trying to break out, perhaps, and start making a run back up here towards this level of resistance. I know the order block really just starts right here, but it really does extend all the way over. So you can imagine this level of resistance right here on 16.5 to 17 cents. It is going to be very difficult for Dogecoin to break out above it. But once it does, it will turn into a pretty substantial level of support. So I'm pretty optimistic that we can get there hopefully sometime by the end of the month. You know, next few days, you know, you can definitely see we're grinding here. Even on the daily chart, or excuse me, the 4-hour chart here, we haven't even had the golden crosses. Yeah, sorry. We're just getting started here. The daily chart, you know, we got the 50 as a level of resistance going right back into the order block. There's a lot of stuff ahead of us. Not typically where I'd be buying, but definitely where I'd be holding if I managed to buy earlier. Because if you're buying right now, you're going to probably have to give yourself a pretty decent stop loss. I'm not talking about here around 15. You're probably giving it to yourself right here, 14.5. And that's can be fine, but you know, for me, I just kind of want to be waiting because if we don't break out here today, let's say Bitcoin just goes sideways, you might see Dogecoin break down here before making another move. So that might be a dip and rip opportunity. But again, let me get rid of all these lines very fast. Daily momentum is back up. That's all nice. If we want to have something more of a bullish change of character, though, we're going to really have to close back above like 17 cents. That's going to be wild. It's going to take a hot minute for that. I'd still rather be long than short, but I wouldn't want to be buying right now, if that makes sense. And one last thing here. The dollar index is done for the week. It is now closed. We bounced off of support here for Bitcoin to really go crazy and hit all-time highs. I do still think we are going to have to see some type of move where we break down below this. We've been flagging for like months now. This started all the way back in December of 2023. So, you know, basically last year. So we still got a while to go. I'm hoping we can get this situated and have a breakdown. That would just be the best thing ever. Because then, you know, then we can start looking at what's that next level of support, right? Bounce off of that as well. We can make our way back to 103.5. We're at 104.5 right now. That's enough for Bitcoin to have a pretty good surge. Then if we're lucky, it can start coming back down more and more, matching up with some of these previous levels of support. And Bitcoin can, again, all-time highs and more here. What is the more? That is the question. That is the big question here. Everybody's trying to figure out what it is. I know for me, I'm just hoping for like $80,000, $85,000 sometime this summer if we can actually get a nice move. FOMC meeting minutes, you know, is good. Inflation continues to be good. Then we can start ramping things up here. But I don't think we hit altcoin season and everything going parabolic at once. I don't think that happens until we for sure are looking at a rate cut, like, you know, imminent rate cut. Shiba Inu, it's pretty much the same as Dogecoin here. It's already ran up a little bit. It had a pretty bad last few weeks, but it's still something you'd want to be holding right now. Not buying at this point because everything's already kind of boomed up here. Let's see. What I want to do very fast is cheers. Ooh, I gotta get used to this stuff again. And what I want to do is just I want to try out one of these cigars and see exactly how they smoke. So normally I smoke the fancy stuff. I have a little bit of a bougie cigar collection, right? Well, I do have a lot of cheap cigars that I have in my humidor that I just never use because I hate them. But I'm going to try it today and see how this works out. Even just doing this now, like the whole thing is just unwrapping itself. And I don't like that, but I'm going I'm gonna try the other one first. The other one seems like it's just gonna piss me off. There are good cheap cigars out there. Don't get me wrong. It's just these are not it. Which one is this? Cap. God, I took the wrapper off. Looks more like a cap size than that one. Yeah. This one should be a little better. Kind of a chocolatey flavor, perhaps. But the other one, that other thing was falling apart before I even opened it up or lit it. All right, there we go. I'm in a good mood now. My lovely Jay is drawing so fine, no drilling required. And hey, Josh, I was just looking at setting up some alerts for possible buying opportunities, and the more I look at Doge, the more I got leery of it for now. I think that's probably a decent way to go. Because remember, I hate saying this, but Bitcoin isn't full-on bullish just yet, where I just want to say I want to buy for swing trades, and every single day going forward is going to be really juicy days. We have a lot of those in the bull market, but this interest rate crap has really been messing up stuff. However, the way I would show it to you for most guys, just so we can kind of see what's going on, you go to a daily chart right now, and let's go out of here, and let's turn off everything. Let's turn off everything. You can see Bitcoin is at a level of resistance. Ethereum is at a level of resistance or just about there. Solana is about to get to a level of resistance, but this thing's been a powerhouse, just broken out. Dogecoin at a level of resistance with kind of not doing anything right now, honestly. Bonk, kind of at a small level of resistance, but not a lot. Miro at a level of resistance, trying to break out. Hopefully it does. Baby Doge dying off here after a really bad few weeks. STMX, small level of resistance. Boom, level of resistance, trying to move higher here, really trying to move higher. You can see this level of resistance there, and it's trying to break out today. Most tokens right now are having some issues. Here's SHIB right now. SHIB was at a big level of support after breaking down below this support right here. And let me bring that back down. This is at a level of resistance too, trying to get back up. There's a lot of headwinds for altcoins right now and Bitcoin. If we have the momentum to keep us going throughout the weekend, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You can see SHIB going straight up. You can see things like Pepe continuing to go higher. Floki continuing to go higher here. Again, level of resistance. It's hard to want to buy in a level of resistance like this. That's why I usually like to wait for a larger breakout. Everything is fine, and I'm usually a little bit more happy about them. Lower market cap tokens like these, you can see the breakout's not really working out to our favor. ADA, ADA's just been complete dog shit, right? Look how much this thing fell down. 51%. 51% for that. You kidding me? Give a lot of this stuff some time. Right now, I'm still, we're at a very low level compared to where we were a couple months ago. Might as well dollar cost average it, and then later on, it'll move up. But I'm not doing a lot of leveraged, like a $5,000 10x leverage where I'm holding for like a month. I'm not doing that type of stuff right now. Instead, I'm doing the low leverage version of that. Usually because, it's actually usually I'm not holding for a month when I do these swing trades. I'm usually just holding for maybe a week or two, and then that's really it. And then I kind of let it scale back, scale out, let it come back down, then rebuy up while it's still within that kind of bullish trend. So, I'm still in the dollar cost average mentality. If you guys are going to swing trade this, you guys can, you're just buying once and leaving it alone and just waiting for a few weeks. I'm just not entirely sure that in the next few weeks we're definitely going to be going crazy. I'm hoping we are, but day by day, I think it's just worth it to have a position and then to wait to see what happens. Because with the swing trades, you probably are going to have a stop loss in there if you guys are having a larger position. For scalping, you don't need it right now. Day trading, you probably need a little bit, and if you guys are more green, so to speak. But most of you guys, I think, will be fine. But a lot of resistance is here. A lot of resistance. Any divergence happening right now? A little bit of divergence right here occurring. Looks like we're still okay. The 4-hour chart, a little bit of divergence. So yeah, we may consolidate for a little bit longer here. Doesn't seem to be like a crazy amount of divergence. I'm not overly concerned. But there's a reason I've been day trading more recently, and I haven't been going long for and holding for a good amount of time. Now that sometimes that means I don't make as much profit. But if I made day trading today just for about a half an hour looking at a chart with you guys on midnight last night when I was kind of already very tired. Boom. I woke up this morning. I checked out my positions. Technically, I woke up about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. I woke up a little bit late. But I woke up and I was like, oh, there's $500 profit. Just like that. So I woke up, maybe had $500 and I'm good for the day. Now, I guess I probably wanted to make a little bit more money than that. But, you get what I'm saying? Like $500. It's $500. I'm happy. I'm going to be using that when I go drinking tonight. And that cast, but the flowers smell nice with the side of Remy Cheers. There you go. What do you call it? I need to, oh God, see, I keep on forgetting to smoke the cigar. What I need to do is I want to make a garden, a flower garden, not a plant garden, or not a vegetable garden. There we go. I have some tulips or roses or something in my yard that have been there for years, and I really enjoy just the look of them. And they're very colorful. They come back every single year, and they're absolutely beautiful. Something about the soil, I guess, maybe Loki's poop is making them do well. But I just love the way they look. They're very colorful, very vibrant, and I kind of just want to have more flowers around the house. Mostly in the front yard. The backyard is going to be desolate, dirty, dusty, grassy. Just because that's Loki's terrain. And if I put anything back there, Loki's going to go batshit crazy and start digging around it. And then cast looking for fair value gaps. That's not a bad idea. Have you had a chance to start? Sorry. Hey, Richard. Trying to look. I need to get glasses. My contacts are failing me more and more recently. Have you had a nice start of the weekend? Have you been able to see any of that Northern Lights stuff in the skies where you live? I saw it one time, and it was it was a while ago. It was last time I went to the bar, the lounge over in, I think it was like Federal Ways, I think where it was. I saw them a little bit. My sister had a much better view up in Bellingham, Washington. They looked nice. They looked kind of neat. It was kind of freaky at first because I was like, damn, like imagine if you're on acid or you're high looking at this shit, you're probably freaking out. But it was nice. I made sure when I went to the lounge, that I got a spot outside. And then one of my favorite servers, she let me know that there was no spots outside available right now. So since she was serving outside, I was like, please, 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 as soon as somebody leaves and pays the tab, let me know and I'll be waiting on them to leave. And so she let me know when they were paying their tab, and I just sit out there and wait. I got my spot, and I was looking outside, and I was waiting for it. Because typically when I get to the cigar lounge, it's still sunny outside, but by the time I leave, it's very, very dark. But yeah, it was nice. It was very, very nice to see those lights here. They were very, 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 very vibrant, though. I was surprised about that. And you couldn't see them everywhere. Like, I started heading back home to where I live, and I couldn't see them anywhere near where I lived, but I saw them around Federal Way, Washington. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. All right. So right now we actually are seeing Bitcoin have a breakout here, which is some very nice news. I kind of want to see if I can put this on maybe a 30-minute chart. Will that make a difference for how this looks? There you go. And we might be able to make a move back up here to 67,000. Yeah. 67,700 or so. We're really looking at some good times here. I'm enjoying this a lot. And hey, Michael, can I look at Gala? It started to move a little over the past few. Wondering if you think it will have a run if Bitcoin goes up. If Bitcoin runs up, I bet it will have a run. What I'm seeing more and more I'll look at the chart here a second. Before that, what I've been seeing more and more, to be frank, is if it doesn't have a massive run, it does something like what Fetch did earlier for me. So last night I bought this because I saw it looked like it was going to have a breakout or something. Thursday, Friday, yeah, right here. So I saw we're at a level of resistance. I was like, maybe it'll break out, maybe it won't. So I bought some right here, and I had a stop loss right here. And I'm like, okay, like you guys know how I do. I do a little more risky stuff when I'm streaming because I want to open a position and then just leave it alone because I just can't multitask like that. If it went down while I was sleeping, Like I said, I woke up around 10 o'clock, which happens to be right over here. I managed to sell it right over here. I wish I would have had up here. My target price was 240. So close. But what you're seeing happening here is you're seeing these moves and they kind of die back down fairly quickly. And I think we've been seeing this with a lot of different tokens out there that have a smaller market caps. And by small, I mean it's just not in the top 10 of coinmarketcap.com, basically. So I've been getting in and out of these really, really fast. So for example, and again, a day to 30 hours is my normal time. And you can count this right here with the 1 hour. Right there, that's 9 hours, and that's kind of the goal for me. Now, as far as Gala is concerned, let me see if I can find Gala. There we go. Let me light this again because I know it's not lit all the way. There we go. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. Okay, so this one actually has already kind of done that little move and spiked up. This one might break down here fairly soon. Let's see. But you're talking about specifically if Bitcoin can kind of save it. Breakout, breakdown. Jesus, this thing's been through a lot here, hasn't it? It's above the 20. The 20 doesn't really mean much for this apparently, but... This one's a little bit tricky because you're really buying up at a high level compared to where it was, but it is also breaking out. So I would say if Bitcoin manages to break out and start heading back up to $68,069, you would most likely see this continue to break out here. But I don't know if we would get above these next two levels, right about 5 cents. And then just a little bit above 5 cents, right up here around 0.052, so 5.25 basically. How much profit would that be if you were to buy right now, though? That's 8% or 15%. I think the opportunity is still there. I think, though, if you're hoping that excuse me. All right, it's a cheap cigar it is. Hold on. If you don't let yourself cough, it's just going to get worse. Better wash the water down with scotch. Oh, it actually did the trick. Holy shit. All right. What I think the best course of action would be is if Bitcoin wants to consolidate for a little bit of time, I might be looking to buy it if it breaks down here a little bit, or maybe even do a little bit of dollar cost averaging. I might say it might come back down a little bit before making that ultimate large move. So you go here to that 4 hour chart, you're basically just breaking out, you're looking to retest this zone and then move up even higher. Jeez. All right, take a break from that just for a half a second. But you can see this breakout here. Momentum is on your side on the 4 hour. The daily momentum is okay. It looks like it's pretty good. Yeah, I might do the trade just up towards 5 to 0.052. That'd be the level. So it seems like it'd be okay. But you're really hoping that Bitcoin can keep the momentum on, because as soon as that happens with Bitcoin, see. There we are. Once you get that move up to Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure we only have a few $1,000 left before we make that move. Let's see. Like $2,600 maybe. Maybe at most $3,500. Once we get up here, it's going to be a pretty big slam down. So just make sure you're kind of keeping track of what's going on with Gala. Oh god, damn, that was a rough little cough attack maybe? I don't know what you want to call it. Before that, let's go back over here. Yeah, I would just be hoping for it to come back up as far as 0.052. If you wanted to have this as a larger scale up point, I would. But the way it looks like this would be something of a longer trade if you were going to take it now. something more of comes back up, gets rejected, then eventually makes a larger move up over here towards 6.5 cents. That's the only way I see this playing out for like a big, massive gain. But I still think a trade from here to here is fine. But you might let it come down a little bit more just in case. I think that'd be the safer way. Or the more frugal way. Holy shit. Damn, I'm not used to coughing. Must have been fantastic to see the lights of the rave party. Oh, I think there are a lot of raves that happen in Washington State, though. We have a big rave community. There's a lot of corporate people here who just like become unleashed after hours. Or they're boring like the rest of us, you know? What is with these people that keep on trying to share this random token? AMST. There's so many scam tokens these days. Hold on a second. I'm going to put some people in timeout. No, right now, guys. I'm just trying to get back to normal, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. I smoke cigars quite a bit, and this usually doesn't happen. I think it's because this is a cheaper cigar. I don't know if it's because it's cheaper or not, but well, you guys see me smoke cigars quite a bit. Even when I drilled a hole into the one yesterday, I didn't cough up a lung. But I hate coughing, you know what I mean? It's always a bad experience. Now just like take calm. If I wasn't talking, it would have gone away already, but you know I like to talk. Alright. Anyway. And hey, I say happy to see my man Michael and Alicia. Oh God. Something's tickling me when I inhale through my mouth. I'm not going to be a nasal breather. It sounds too weird. All right. Which meme coin do you think can day trade to make quick money? I mean, you can trade anything to make quick money. That's not the issue because there's always leverage available to you. It really just depends on which tokens are up against levels of resistance that can actually break out. At this point in time, we got so much stuff up against levels of resistance where I'm like, I don't know if I'd really be going long heavy at this point, mostly because I got a lot of my day trades today. Now, if you're looking for something that was volatile to day trade, something of a meme token, you said? Meme coin. Let's take a look on the 4-hour chart. Alright, so this is Bitcoin. Let's just go down the list. We got Dogecoin right now. Dogecoin's at a level of resistance. It hasn't broken out yet. If you wanted to trade this, probably not the best just because, again, it's at a level of resistance. With... It's had a pretty decent level of support, and it hasn't been able to break out in a while. So this thing's just kind of getting squeezed. The volatility doesn't look to be all there, but let me just do some things here. How much of a move has this type of stuff been? 3%. Not really the best. Bonk. How's Bonk been? Again, it's consolidating right now and possibly looking to break down on a shorter time frame here. What the heck? You know what? It might have been the scotch that got me coughing in the first place. I know I don't drink. Alright, whatever. Alright. Bonk looks like it wants... you'd be shorting right now a lot of these meme tokens. I think that's the point. Miro's been grinding up a little bit. Again, back up at a level of resistance. It might have a little bit more upside here, but not much. Maybe Miro could be good for a day trade here as you try to play it up a little bit higher. Yeah, I already hit the dip though, so this thing could fall like a rock. Baby Dogecoin, no, not enough liquidity in there. Book of Meme, Book of Meme may be something you may be interested in. How's the 15-minute chart look? It's at the see, it's already in the channel. A lot of stuff looks like it could turn over today and come back down a little bit. Sheeb, again, all at these downtrends here. Pepe, resistance levels, and not close to the trend. Pepe may be something you could look at. Floki. Pepe and Floki might be the best ones I see here. And again, Bitcoin looks like it wants to fall down right now, so I'd be cautious about going in long at this point. Excuse me. There we are. I might keep coughing for a minute here, so I apologize, guys. And hey, Peso, excuse me. No late night streams tonight just because I'm gonna go out and drink, but right now I'm probably just gonna get some water and shit. My God. Been a rough last few minutes for me. Is that looking okay? Yeah, it looks fine. Let's see. Oh, Casper says Casper runs on its own time, so you might look at Casper there. Let's see. All right. And Quick Show says BitTorrent. I don't know if he's just saying BitTorrent or if he just answering your question right there, but I know BitTorrent is very volatile. All right. Let me get my bearings together. Holy moly. All right. How did the rest of the market do today? I've been looking to see how some of these Hong Kong ETFs have been acting. And the Hong Kong ETFs are now all-time highs. Look at that. The other one is also at all-time high. Kind of. I think you could maybe make that case. Yeah. So the Hong Kong ETFs are now at all-time highs. That's good to see here. The Dow Jones closed above $40,000. NASDAQ is doing okay. SPY is doing okay here. Dollar index is coming down a little bit, which is always a nice thing to see. I hope we don't break out here. Next week, that'd bring Bitcoin back down quite a bit. Probably FOMC minutes could do that, but not much else. Yeah. So, we're seeing a lot of stuff just kind of consolidate at this point. If Bitcoin can like stop itself from falling here and kind of tipping over back down to like $66,000, I do think there's a larger move that can happen here that pushes this back up. Usually when I see stuff like this, usually comes down, bounces around a little bit more, then tries to make that move up. And I say that only because the 4-hour chart are still okay, and we might need to bounce off of some of these support levels. Because again, we have the 50. I'm pretty confident that eventually we're all going to make that move up. It might not just be here. It may just need to cook a little bit more before making the ultimate move. Man, this is brutal. Did I eat anything today? I had a pack of low-calorie popcorn. That's all I've had for food today. That explains it. Ugh, my gosh. There you go. What do you think about the SPY going next week? Nvidia earnings too. I think they'll both be okay. Nvidia has been outperforming every single time, so I would assume they're going to do it again here. Earnings overall in the last, 2-3 weeks, I haven't really seen so much bad news out there. You know, when I think about Nvidia, I just think about if they have a bad earnings report, everything comes tumbling down, and it's a very, very bad thing. But we haven't had any major concerns from them so far. If you look at the SPY and things like that, they've basically been doing a whole bunch of nothing. Right? After we've had this large move up over the last couple years, we've pretty much just been going sideways here in 2024. That's perfectly fine. We finally had a change of character back to being bullish off of the CPI data, but we don't know how much further it's really going to take us at this point. I had been trying to look at some of those old Fibonacci levels that may work out. You know, we've already hit that one. We already broke above that one. There is a move all the way up here towards 545. But when you pull this back a little bit more, go back over here to the weekly chart. Magnet. We're getting pretty close to that one level right here at 540, which I tend to sell a lot of stuff at. Now, you could try to go back further in time if you want to. You can try to take log off and see what's happening. We've already hit that with log off. Bounce came down, came back up. But for me, log on is usually where I use it. And then if you wanted to go with the more extreme one here, usually I pull up the monthly chart. So Daisy, you know, then you're really looking up at a very high level. But we had our little bit of resistance right there. We have another level around 564. So I don't think it's going to be easy going, really. More of a grinding trudge, which I don't think is bad. But you know, you're gonna have to pick your particular tokens, stocks. Things like Nvidia. Like Nvidia is raring to go. You know, I had a couple months of just stagnation. Excuse me, guys. Jesus. You know, overall doing okay right now. Had a little bit of a rough day today, down 2%. I think everybody's just waiting for earnings for it to get that next big kick. For instance, earnings was right here, drived it again after having a bad few days. People get concerned because, again, you know, people have made a lot of money. They want to lock in those profits. Right here, came down a little bit, then took off. Usually the earnings give it a nice little season to continue moving on here. This one did not, though. Oh my God, that one was massive. That one had a nice little pop. I'm not too concerned. We've still found a way to go up quite a bit. What I am waiting for is, personally, I'm looking to make some trades off of Microsoft next couple weeks. I want to see as they continue to get more stuff out, will that actually drive the price up? Or have we reached a short-term high here where we're going to start to come back down? There we are, back to the 15-minute Bitcoin with that going on for us right now. And there we are. And hey, Seymour Liddy, is that pronounce your name? I'm looking for shorts at 67,827. $67,823. That wouldn't be bad because again, it matches up with some of those levels we've been talking about earlier. Right now, I wish I had the larger order block. You can imagine a top of an order block over here to an order block bottom over here, and it just kind of extends along. We're going to hit that level of resistance. It's going to be interesting to see again if we can actually just break out above it or consolidate. I would guess that we're probably most likely going to consolidate, which means shorts are probably going to be your best option. The only thing is, can you time those shorts? That's always the hardest part here. All right, let's hop out of here very fast. I want to see if anything's going on X here as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Look at that nice, beautiful Bitcoin up here. Let me zoom in just a tad. You bought Bitcoin in 2011. Let's see. Me in 2011 instead of buying Bitcoin like the rest of us. $100 per month in Bitcoin versus gold. This has always been a good thing to watch, though. Let's see if I can just show that to you guys. There we go. I mean, look at that. Bitcoin is definitely the place to be. And I like how savings overtook gold for a little bit of time. It's absolutely wild. Even with the bear markets, it's still better. I probably shouldn't have the music in there, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm just waiting for 2024 to kick up here in a second. COVID was a rough time. FTX was a rough time. And still, all of a sudden, you know, even with all that, still looking good. And the fact that you could probably continue doing that at this point right now. Mark Moss, not really important. US ETF, Hong Kong ETF. And hopefully the market continues to go higher here, that's for sure. Tech Dev says the more things change, the more they stay the same. What is this chart he's pulling up here? So he's hoping that this is just a consolidation before moving up to another leg. I've been seeing this a lot. The only thing I really have against this, to be honest, and there's not a lot I have against it. It seems to have a theory, just basically when we actually do make the move. Every time I see people talking about this, let me see. And I see people saying, hey, you know, we're going to break out and stuff like that. I look to see where that level is, you know, and we kind of already did break out of it, you know, here and here, and nothing really came from it. I think what most people are going back to at this point is, I think people are talking about this as a large cup and handle. That's not the way I would characterize a cup and handle at all. But you can imagine like a little flag right here. We're breaking out of the flag this week, and potentially that could actually make us continue to go higher. So we could start a whole other rally here if we're lucky. I think that would most likely be the case if it wasn't for interest rates, inflation and stuff like that. But again, we are looking for Bitcoin at this point in time. If I move this over a little bit more, just your simple flag. This is an ugly flag, bear with me. The breakout, and then from there, trudging along. I don't know if it's going to go to that, but something like that, perhaps, And pop this back open right here. Get rid of the magnet tool. Alrighty. And then cast, we just entered into a short with 200x leverage. We'll close it out with 112% if it hits. Well, with 200x leverage, you're probably going to looking to be okay here. I mean, you see a short level of resistance. Probably not going to be aiming for much more than 66,850 or something like that. That's a nice short move. And again, Bitcoin is the most significant invention in our time for real. I mean, it's funny because it took so long for CNBC and Fox Business to jump on. Fox Business, I think, was the first mainstream business network to actually accept Bitcoin. But now that we got CNBC doing it, they're embracing it because they want to have all those youthful people. You go over to YouTube and you go to CNBC. They have this thing called Crypto World, I think it is. Crypto World. Yeah, Crypto World, right? Is it part of a playlist, perhaps? Yeah, Crypto World right here, yeah.
Today,
and I don't watch these videos because basically they don't talk about anything like crazy interesting, to be honest. Like, I talk about this stuff. I talk about some, like, we have some overlap, but a lot of the stuff they talk about is very, very boring. But it's still worth it if you guys like it. Like, they'll give you like an update, like, here's what's happening with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana up today a little bit. But the people that talk about this stuff, they are not the crypto crowd. They're not the blockchain crowd. They're journalists who, all of a sudden have been tasked with covering cryptocurrencies. It's been a weird thing. Bitcoin loses streak, the headlines, the SAB thing, we've already talked about that, but it's still important today. Richards of Exodus. Oh my gosh, just a long interview with him. You know what I mean? It's not as nice as I would like it. But again, at least there's news out there that they're talking about, or they feel obligated to put out a crypto news source for people out there. How do I feel about Sol? Same thing as everything right now. They're probably looking at a little bit of a brief cooldown period before ultimately moving back up a little bit more. You got a limit short at 172.69. Yeah, that short's probably going to make you some money here, especially as Bitcoin's teetering with some consolidation. Right now, we've been just trying to have higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Right now, Bitcoin can take one of two levels, so you're most likely scalping at this point, or maybe a small day trade. If you want to be more bullish on everything falling down for a little bit, wait for that position to Bitcoin to come back down below $66,669.72. And then you'd see us come all the way back down, maybe here towards like $66,000, and then try to put out another higher low before bouncing higher and higher. That's a big if over here, but that's the goal at least. I wouldn't be surprised if we fell down for a little bit though. But this is more of a patient day because it's Friday night, everybody's out. And hey, Tiago, just talked about it a couple seconds ago, but basically right here, 4-hour chart, daily chart. It's running up against some levels of resistance. It's had a pretty good week so far. I know we talked about this breakout, and that breakout took off, which is really, really nice. This breakout here also ended up going up higher. Right now, you're kind of just looking to get the rest of this move. It might come back down a little bit longer, But right now for day trading, your Bitcoin's coming down a teeny bit, so you might see it consolidate a little bit more for this day chart before ultimately trying to move back up. Excuse me. Jesus, my throat. There we are. But really, you know, it's trying to make a move. It already tried earlier, which was kind of fun to watch, but it just got smacked down. Really got smacked down. So again, right now it's just at a level of resistance. You may try to buy into it if you want to. For me, I'm a little more iffy right now. I want to let it consolidate a little bit longer. You know, there's some stuff moving up today, some stuff moving down. This seems to be one of those things just creeping up a little bit. Freaking coyotes are howling. Yeah, it's weird to hear coyotes. All right, there we go. There's an ambulance driving by, and when the ambulance drives, the coyotes will harmonize to the ambulance. No, the streets is where you get the best crypto news. That's typically how I feel personally, but there's a lot of people out there that just like only watching their news on CNBC and Fox Business. It's an older class of people, you know, and I understand it, but like at a certain point, you know, CNBC has a lot of bias in their news about what they can cover, what they want to talk about. I can kind of say whatever I want to, which is kind of nice. But I have my own biases as well, right? I'm full totally like full crypto, less regulation. If shit happens, you know. Like a FTX type of stuff. Even though that wasn't a regulation thing, that was a fraud, illegal thing. But again, what do I think about ArcBlock or ABT? I don't know either one of those. I think maybe ABT I've heard of before, but I haven't heard of ArcBlock. They sound like something that'd just be dollar cost averaging though. Max possible for the date. There's no way of knowing that right now, just because everything's trying to break out, but it's just at a level of resistance, so it could pop or it could not. All right, let me see if I can back this up very fast. Let me get out of this trade. Things still seem to be doing okay right now. I just bought some more Solana. No, I didn't buy Solana today. I was thinking about buying Solana today. But a high for Solana, 180 would be kind of high up there, maybe 175, unless Bitcoin can really get a breakout. So there's that breakout that he was talking about. Sham says LeBron won't leave the Lakers to join team that drafts Bronny. Oh, geez, that's gonna be brutal. Can we tell what the next Bitcoin cycle top will be with a simple Fibonacci extension? Maybe so. Rarely does it work like this. Rarely, because there's so many Fibonacci's. They're saying it's going to be at $159,000. Break cycle bottom 2. So they're saying we're going to $159,000. I'm hoping he's right. That'd be a good move for the altcoin season. Not sure who that is. Let's see, little ledger. I love this type of stuff. This is good humor. It's good humor. The only prime we're going to die. I think is buying Bitcoin 2011. I think it's be broke, and their main focus is impressing women. There's a lot of non-Bitcoin stuff in here. Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF had $30 million in inflows today. There you go. It's coming around, but again, the next time we reach all-time highs, we won't have Grayscale selling on top of us, which would be really good news. Majority, 52% of the nation's largest hedge funds are betting on Bitcoin. Citadel, yes. Millennium Management, yes. Holy shit, 27,000 Bitcoin. Mariner Investment, yes. AQR, no. Renaissance is yes. 0.72. Yeah, some of these guys own a decent amount of Bitcoin here, especially the Millennium Management. 27,000 Bitcoin is wild. I mean, and you know, pretty soon everybody's going to be a yes, maybe like one or two no's because they're too old school. Here's that cup and handle I was talking to you guys about before. It seems like more and more people are talking about that and waiting for those moves to occur. I need to start making posts like this. Let's see. Stunning Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's always been a hoot. I don't know if you guys saw the original photo, but it was wild. It was all like blood red and stuff. I'm not an artist, so I don't understand that those types of concepts of art. But I was just like, wow, that was not something I'd want to have. That's not the portrait I want of me. Let's see. Anything else here? $4,000 today. No such thing as a low energy rich country. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. This guy was mining Bitcoin a day with his $8,000 computer, or $800 computer back in 2011, while I was playing Mortal Kombat with my 2K setup. My light. You work for it, they print out thin air fixes this. Oh, yeah. Bitcoin is going to zero. God, how many times have we seen that? Food at Bitcoin 67,000. I'm sure he's saying something there. Base 4. It's always interesting seeing how many different strategies people have out there. You know? All I know is that eventually we're going up. Sure, we have a whole bunch of flags and whatnot, but I'm much more skeptical of everything going on right now because I'm so much more interested in what's going on with inflation. But again, I think it'd be nice to have a little bit less inflation here just to give Bitcoin a little bit more of a boost. But again, we won't have that data until next month now. No crystal balls, no magic wands, exactly, yeah. FTX will never return stolen funds to the users. Same thing was with the MTGOX. What do you call it? I know they have the money too. I haven't heard them say they're doing it just yet. All the money is back to their investors, so I'm curious to see if that actually does last or not. Do you see every cycle the top is lower and lower? Oh, you mean yeah, every time Bitcoin doesn't go up nearly as high. That's a market cap thing, That's okay. That's why a lot of us just hold Bitcoin for the long term here, then we also short the market down. A lot of profit on the way down too. There are now 900 financial companies who own Bitcoin. And geez, that means in a few weeks there'll probably be 1,000. That's again why I'm going to consensus. I want to see a lot of these companies that are going to be here. There's going to be plenty of them. Like, let me go over here to. Can I log in? Hold on a second here. Okay, I logged in. My account. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just view the agenda then. There's a lot of stuff going over here, and I'm going to try to interview Robert Kennedy Jr. if I can. Tomorrow I'm going to send an email to his staff and just see, hey, I'm going to be here. Can I get like 5 minutes of the guy's time, 1 minute of his time, just to ask one question? I would love to get an answer to it, and I'm just hoping that I can do that. Same with Tom Emmer, who's the majority whip for the Republicans, and there's a Democrat as well, I think, who is going to be here too. And I wanted to talk to the Democrat about what they're doing to try to, allow blockchain to flourish in America. Let's see. And maybe ask, I don't know if Biden's going to veto that bill by then, but if Biden vetoes the bill that was just passed by both chambers of Congress, I wonder if they would have any comments on that, because I do think it's important, right? Let's see. Where's that? Speakers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I want to talk to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. if I can. It's going to be a long shot. Kathy Wood, I'm honestly not too interested in. Anything else? Anthony Pompeo, maybe. Tom Emmer, yes. Oh, there you go. Ron Wyden. I'll try to talk to him as well if I can. This lady here, Hester, I would like to, but I don't know. She seems like she'd be the busy type because she's a exchange commissioner for the SEC. Anybody else in here that seems interesting? No, not really. Maybe if I'm lucky, somebody will reach out to me and say, hey, we'd love to talk with you. You know what I mean? But I'm not entirely sure. Builders and developers, experiences. Just participate. Like who's sponsoring this? So there's BitGo, Stellar, Zebu, XRP Ledger, OKX, Circle, DCG, Filecoin Foundation, Fireblocks, GainNet, Polkadot. So there's some nice companies here. Oh, AWS, look at that. Yes, they got some big ones here. Rootstack, they got Solana here as well. Alpha Point, BitLayer, Bitmart. MasterCard. Geez, they do got a lot of sponsors here. St. Jude's is sponsoring it. Oh, maybe they want to do some crypto donations? I don't know. Marketing partners. Okay, Cointelegraph and stuff like that. That's also nice to see. But, Yeah, that is interesting. I'm hoping to talk to some of these people at least. I don't know much about any of them, so that'll be something. If you sell and keep the money in Coinbase app, not cash, do you have to pay tax on it? It depends on where you live, usually. As far as I'm concerned, from my account told me, I believe yes, but that's just from my specific area. Because every trade is, you're making money, losing money. Maybe if you don't turn it into fiat currency, I don't know. But for me, I've always just paid taxes on it because it shows up on my forms and all that type of crap. Anyway, Balloon, happy to see you. What do I think of GameStop? Dude, GameStop's just getting beaten down. This is what I told you guys before. If you want to hop into it, it's the same as gambling, like roulette or blackjack or something like that. It's just gambling. So if you must do it, and if you want to do it, which is no reason, it's okay to do it. It's fun. Don't put a lot of money into it, and you just want to buy at a random time, and then just let it sit and wait for another move. Usually, I just wait and see what happens with it. If it keeps on coming down, you lost some money. If it goes up, you made some money. But it's going to be hard to do any type of technical analysis. It popped up a little bit this morning, then it proceeded to crash throughout the morning. So it was rough. Hold half off a 60K, 60% move. Stop to break even. Target still 665. There you go. Hey, even the scalps, they do make some moves here. They do make some good moves. And yeah, hit that little target we were talking about right there, or I was talking about. But again, everybody has their own little strategies right now, and that's good. As long as you're making money, who cares, See anything else here? Don't see too much more. I mean, Turbo's up a little bit here. I'm waiting for Turbo to make another move. I got a lot of money invested in this sucker. Like, literally, I got hundreds of dollars invested in this with leverage for a long-term hold. Which is wild, because I don't normally do this with low leverage tokens like this. This is one of the few YOLOs I'm taking this cycle around. Now it's up a few 100% right now, which is great. But I think the Turbo market cap is not a lot. Yeah, it's 470. It's like 90. It's not even $100 million market cap, for heaven's sakes. However, I'm still looking for an opportunity to see if it goes parabolic down the road. So it's been moving up a little bit. It's on a decent amount of watch list too, so that's okay. Not a lot, but a decent amount. Any news on Turbo? That's not Turbo related news at all. Alright. Let's get back over here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still cooling off a little bit. You can see a little bit of a breakdown that's been happening. Maybe if I go over to the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart shows a little bit easier. Even here, it still kind of just looks funny the way they're trying to adjust that in there. Oh well, that's not the biggest issue. I'm still waiting for a consolidation from Bitcoin here. We'll wait for a little bit. Alright, there we are. Oh, see, what's that? Buy Bitcoin when the price is close to its median cost of production. I hate when people try to do that type of line of thinking. Passive flow is about to eat Bitcoin. Let's see. Free Palestine 2025, help me. Wait, what? Oh, see, how is this Bitcoin? Oh, because his name is Capitan Bitcoin. I'm like, how is any of this Bitcoin related? I have no idea. Just in Bitcoin 67. Oh, that already happened a while ago. If your salary was $500,000 per day, every day, weekends, holidays included, since the Great Pyramid of Egypt was built and you spent nothing, you'd still have less money today than the U.S. government borrowed in March to operate through September of 2024. Yeah, we have a problem over here. It's okay. We're indulgent. We like to spend money. It's just the money never goes to the places you want it to go, right? Let's see. $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin has remained idle, either sitting in cold storage or in custody, but holders have no access to yield or DeFi. Why? Let's see. The IMF is working on a global shitcoin for total control and surveillance. Nobody's going to do that type of stuff. The IMF, I don't know. In college, I learned the IMF is a shitstorm. But yeah, let's see. Not much there. Bitcoin ETF holders by location. I mean, the USA is going to make a shit ton of wealth off of this. Oh, France, Netherlands, Australia, only one over here. Couple over here. Israel has 3. Cayman Islands has 5. Cayman Islands 5. That's surprising. I bet it's because they have some exchanges down there and they made it a little bit easier for everybody to trade or buy, I would say. Is Link still rocketing right now? I don't know. I mean, Bitcoin's gone sideways a little bit here, so... No, it's gone sideways over the last few hours. It had a small breakout here. It's still trying to surge, but since Bitcoin's coming down, it's kind of hurting that overall momentum. Otherwise, you might have seen this thing come back up here towards $16.50. A lot of stuff, though, like, Ocean coming down a little bit, RLC coming down a little bit. Everything's just coming down a tad because of Bitcoin right now. Not the end of the world here, like I said before, not the end of the world, but if Bitcoin does continue to come down here for the next few hours, you'll probably see a lot of altcoins have a little bit of a rough day. Hopefully, again, it continues to go up overall throughout tomorrow, and that'll be the good news. Kind of like how we did yesterday with Bitcoin. Where were we? Right here? 6 a.m. Yeah. Remember, we opened up over here. Where are we at? Thursday. Yeah. Came up a little bit, had that big drop off. You saw a lot of things fall. Bitcoin went parabolic in the morning for whatever reason. I wasn't awake at this time, so I'm not entirely sure. And then we proceeded to dump again. Right. I think right now we're just in a nice little zone of consolidation. I don't think we're breaking down below like $65,000, $66,000 tonight. I think it's more of just, let's see how far we can come down. Let's see before we end up making that next move up here. If we do start to break down below this level, that's when you might start being, this might be where I need to scale out even more of my positions. But again, it's still more of a day trader's market anyway. Oh, sorry. Okay. Not bad. Sorry, my grandmother's trying to call me. Oh, there we go. Opinion on LDO short term. It's probably going to be doing okay, but again, just like we talked about before, make sure that Bitcoin doesn't come down too far, and the position overall should be okay. Let me get this very fast. Most things today are just kind of sideways and boring here, unfortunately. But again, tomorrow I think we'll have a more liveliness. New 1.5 trillion Morgan Stanley reveals it as spot Bitcoin ETF exposure in SEC filings. Damn. That's just a lot of money there. Middle of a bull cycle. Let's see. Seth. Let's see. If you end up with $100,000, you can earn up to $10,000. Stay locked in. Oh, Austin, what are they doing? Okay, those people are weird. Some Bitcoin strategy. Amounts. Yeah. There's like 1,000 different strategies out there. Hardly any of them rely on momentum, which is interesting. Crypto bros with their girlfriends after the bull run. Hey, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Malay. I know that's Malay, but I can't read Spanish. Oh, effective May 31st, the Bitcoin magazine will no longer be offering Lightning rewards. An integral provider for our Lightning solution, Ibex Pay, has recently announced the suspension of the U.S. operations, as you may have already heard. Oh. Interesting. Not big news, but it's always interesting. I don't follow Bitcoin magazine all too much, but I know there's, besides the consensus, there's always that Bitcoin Nashville thing that's happening. This one's a little bit later on in the year. I think it's back in July. Yeah. But I also plan to go into this one too. But I gotta pay for my tickets for this one. We're in a 60K to 70K range, or all else is just deviations until a true breakout range is just inbound. Well, let's hope we have a breakout on top of that one then. Let me see right here. Kathy Wood's going to be at Bitcoin Nashville too. You got Michael Saylor, Vivek Ramaswamy, President's Office of Vivek Ramaswamy. What? President? Oh, like President Office of Vivek. Okay, I get what you're saying. The way they say president, though, it just makes me laugh because, he was a failed presidential candidate. Edward Snowden is coming? Wait, what? This is wild. Let's see. Anybody else? They got smaller people here as well. Anthony Scaramucci. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There you go. Okay, buddy, I'm going to have to end the stream right now. My grandmother's at the front door, and I guess she needs something, so I'll be back later on tonight to stream while I'm at the cigar lounge if I'm lucky, but I got to go right now, and I'll try to do a late night stream tonight. If not, I'll try to stream for you guys tomorrow, but my grandmother showed up, so I need to go say hi to her, so